for him?
I think it has bled in him, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah. You looking forward to going on bloody?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Stay away from the touchline. Let's go! We're ready to streak them up.
Just along the touchline is a regular spectator, Anthony and Chris Bonner's mum, Wendy.
I think it's good for them that they can do things like, his brothers. He's much better since he's joined the team. He's got interest now, and he meets his friends, which he's got in the centre on the weekend, and the ones that trains them, they're with them and they know each other,
Do you worry about him playing at all?
No, not really.
How do you think he's playing today?
I don't know, he's very distracted today. I don't know, he sees too many people, he knows. It's a good day when we come up here. This is the best day they get out of the whole places they go. They get such a welcome here, and they're good, and they collect money for them and entertainment after the game.
Do you go and watch every week?
Yes, when Christopher plays, we're there. Most of us are. The whole family goes, really.
Families figure large at Swansea Gladiators too. The side frequently fields 3 father and son combinations. One of them is Paul Hudson and his son Craig.
I'm very proud of him. All my family are rugby orientated. My father, grandfather, right down to my great-great-grandfather. So it's a proud moment every time I see him put a jersey on and go on the field.
When I was younger, I was watching my father play, and I thought that would be nice for me to do when I'm older. That's why I started rugby off mainly. But I like other sports as well, like football, swimming. What was the other one?
He does skiing as well, aqua diving. He does a lot of sports through disability sports. And it's a sad thing that not many are taking up on it, being honest. Because if more people realise what they could get out of life, because you're disabled doesn't mean that you can't do what you want to do. You just go out there, grab the ball by the horns and get on with life and enjoy it as well. And just to see people saying, look at me, I'm disabled and I can do this.
Sport can bring many benefits to anyone with disabilities. Improved fitness, better coordination, more confidence, a bigger circle of friends. Kath Gallagher is the Disability Sports Cymru Development Officer for Swansea. She knows that the social network that develops around teams can be a big help to families who may be having difficulties coming to terms with having a child with disabilities.
It's also been a big thing for the parents to be able to get together, and they form their own networks and support networks that they never had before. Plus the siblings, because I think it's always forgotten that if you've got a brother with a learning disability, you feel a bit isolated yourself. So when you meet another siblings, you've got the network there as well. So parents won't see other parents. Quite a few of my referrals have come from social services where the concern is the parents' depression because they're isolated socially because of their child. So they've come along to one of the sports clubs. I mean, that particular mother, she's now treasurer of one club and secretary of another. And well, she said to me it's completely changed her life because all of a sudden she's out there and she's not ashamed to be out with her child.
Learning that your child has a disability or a learning difficulty can be a shock, especially when the news is delivered in a less than gentle way. Julia and Tony Jemin's son Michael is a regular Gladiators player.
When Michael was diagnosed at 6 weeks old as having cerebral palsy, I had an appointment to take him to hospital. The paediatrician examined Michael then, didn't speak to me, but picked Michael up by his feet to judge his reaction, put him back down and turned around to the nurse and said, "He'll always be a cabbage." My initial reaction was to take the paediatrician and rip his throat out. He treated my son like a lump of meat, and he didn't even have the decency or the courtesy to speak to me. We had no counselling, we had no support, and we were basically left with a problem. And I just want to say, I would love that paediatrician to see what Michael is now.
Karen and Mark's son Christian is another Gladiators regular.
Christian was 4-year-old when he was diagnosed, but I knew there was something wrong with him when he was a lot younger, but nobody would accept it. They just said that he had hearing problems. So when he went to nursery, the teacher called me aside and said that they think he's got special needs, and they called in the psychologist, and they statemented him then, and he's been in